Gus,
Yes, my husband.
I'm hungry
I'll bring your food just now, my husband.
and thirsty.
Oh, yes, sir. Here's your food, Myenwam.
Yeah. Is it nice?
Yes, I tried my best.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
What if it doesn't taste good?
I'll cook another food.
Why didn't you take my paper? Ah. Gus, what is
Yes,
this,
my
man?
husband.
What is this?
How does the food taste?
How am I supposed to eat this?
Okay, I'll cook another food. Just have water, please.
Gus,
I'm so sorry.
Zowala me.
I'm so sorry.
Zowala.
Oh, ngiyaxolisa Myenwam.
Wenzani wena nje? Always sitting around napping all day and not doing anything. What kind of a wife are you?
I am so sorry. Here's another food. I hope this one tastes better. How is it?
Hi everyone at home. Conflict theories are normal in families, and theories acknowledge this inharmonious nature of conflict theories that happens in families. So as we go on about the show, we're gonna be talking about you're gonna be talking more about gender inequality, as we also the role play there was portraying gender inequality. Thank you.
Welcome to UKZN show. This is Education 410. I am Notlema Kanya. Our today's show is about gender. As you can see, this chart is got a big G, which stands for our topic for the day, which is gender. And we will also embarking on two theories. With the first one, which is conflict, and the second one is functionalism theory. And there will be also critiques about these two theories. These are my guests for the day, which the members of Group 410 Education. Okay, may I welcome you all. All right, since our topic is based on gender, my first question is, what is gender?
My name is Sine Kantandava, and gender refers to a state of being male or female. But it is important that we also highlight that there is a difference between sex and gender. Sex refers to your biological features that you are born with, that make people identify you as a woman or a man. Gender refers to cultural practices and social interactions that are instilled in one as they grow up to be a woman or a male.
Thank you, Sinentlantla. So we've had that gender, it's a state of being a female and a male. Okay, thank you on that one. All right, then my next question is, what is the functionalist theorist's view of gender?
The gender perspective was populated by Carson Seckles in 1940s and 1950s. It was aimed to divide roles in our societies so that there will be harmony in our societies. Thank you.
Oh, and just to add on what my colleague have said, structural functionalists also believe that in a society there's got to be a division of labor. And when they were trying to explain this, they tried to use the different roles that men and women were expected to play, whereby women are expected to stay at home and do all the home chores I mean, and men get to go to work and provide for the family economically. They further states that this is not a new thing in society, but it is something that has been happening even prior to modernization, whereby from a tender age, young boys and girls were trained for the future roles that they were expected to play in future. This includes learning how to fetch wood and cook for young girls, and learning how to build houses and hunt for young boys. So that's the actual view of structural functionalist theory.
Okay, thank you. as we have heard on what they have said about the functionalist theorist's view on gender. All right, and my other question is that what are the critiques on their view about what they have said about the functionalist on gender?
Okay, I'm Sedata Mkhize. I'm against functionalism because it promotes social inequality. I'm saying that because nowadays we find women working hard to sustain their families without the assistance of men. The feminism also argues against a functionalism. It says women should be given same opportunities as men, which proves that women can also do what men can do. So I suggest that when dividing the roles, the gender shouldn't be considered. For example, in this chart, I have a woman who looks like she's coming back from work. She's working hard to provide for her family, which proves that we as women can also do what men can do.
Okay, my name is Lindile Zwane, and I totally agree with Usni Nhlanhla, where the functionalist view state that men are seen as the dominant group while women are seen as the subordinate group, which I totally disagree with, because in nowadays we find women in top level management positions, we find women being community leaders, like for example take Mrs. Zandile Gumede, who is the eThekwini municipality mayor. And here I have a picture of the late Mrs. Winnie Mandela, who was involved in the struggle. She fought for apartheid and then succeeded, which was a thing that was usually done by men. That shows the equity that is there now between men and women.
Wow. Okay. So women can also be leaders. I love that. All right. Then my next question is, what are the views of conflict theories on gender?
Okay, my name is Spususura Kubane, and I believe conflict theory views gender as the perpetuator of social inequality. I think that the social inequality started way back before apartheid. It was introduced to us by our forefathers, where the man is seen as more dominant than the female. So if male are dominated, the female are regarded as subordinate. They have to submit to whatever the man tells them to do, like what you just seen in the sketch that they played in the beginning of this show. So according to the well-known socialist Karl Marx, he believes that it is difficult for women to actually according to a well-known socialist, Karl Marx, believed that it is difficult for women to rise above men as they are seen as the subordinate group. So this social inequality led to an organization where women created this organization to be able to motivate and each other with this thing of the male being dominant to them. Thank you.
Okay, in addition, based on conflict theorist view, it also states that as the gender, as my partner has said, that gender is the cause of social inequality as well as conflict. Maybe when you're looking at the patriarchal system, patriarchy, when a man is on top and a woman in the bottom. I'll make an example of a home situation where a father has to be a breadwinner and the woman has to be at home doing all the chores and making sure that she's taking care of the children and all that stuff. Even when you're looking at the apartheid era, the men were the one going to fight in wars and the woman has to be at home. That is the struggle between men and women. They're all fighting over scarce resources, and one wants to be dominant and the other one wants to remain being dominant, managing or trying by all means to keep or to maintain that status or that power or that privilege of being dominant. Okay, thank you. Then my next question is that, as you have heard the views on the conflict theorist, then the next question is, what are the critiques on the conflict theory?
Okay, I go by the name of Batabi, and I'll be critiquing the conflict theory. I would just say that the people who wrote this theory are men, because they are trying by all means to oppress women in order for the women to stay subordinate and for them to be dominant, of which we find women nowadays doing all the things that men can do, and sometimes even better than how men do them, of which we can say that it is not true that everybody is fighting to be at the bottom, at the top, because we find that men are the ones who are trying by all means to make women to be always at the bottom. And my partner will carry on with the critiques.
Hi, my name is Weli Shebiela. I'll just add on what my partner has just said on the critics of conflict theory. I believe that conflict theory is I'm against the conflict theory because it makes women look as if they are not good enough. It makes them feel that men will and are always dominant, are the ones that are always dominant in every situation. Therefore, they cannot take positions like in the job, at the workplace. They cannot take higher positions. It's only the males that can be in charge or take positions of being the managers or the high positions. Women will always be down.
Okay, thank you on that one. All right, so that was our topic for the day. Thank you all for coming.
Fine.
Okay,
good.
see you next
How's
time.
you?
Stay tuned.
I am so busy. I have to finish this assignment. I am so busy.
What are we having for dinner?
I'm thinking maybe chicken.
Chicken?
Yeah, can
Okay,
you
it's
please?
fine. I'll cook because you're busy.
Oh, thank you very
I'm
much.
sorry I've been a bad husband, eh?
Oh no, it's
Yeah,
fine.
I saw
understand.
something in the newspapers about gender inequalities and
Oh,
I was
yeah, is it?
so upset.
Oh, thank you very much. I can say.
Let me get ready to cook.
Oh, thank
You
you.
do what you do best, honey.
Thank you very much. God sent you to me.
Dinner is ready, honey.
Oh, you're such a
I
sweetheart.
hope it's good.
I am starving. Thank
I don't
you.
usually cook nice food, so I
No, it's fine. As long as this tastes very delicious.
thank you very
When did you
much,
learn how to
honey.
cook?
You know me. My day.
So all these years, I am the
Yeah,
one who was
yeah.
cooking, but you know how to cook.
But you know how society, you know how society is, bro.
Okay, that was our role play for closing. As you knew, and we have explained from the beginning that our topic is about gender, and what we were discussing, we came across gender roles as well as some inequalities in the societies, as well as these theories supporting that men are dominant, and others saying that the inequalities within the society are there in order to create stabilities. If you may see, even our charts, the theories, the conflict, it speaks of the struggles that are taking place in societies, women being dominated or being subordinated by men. As you can see, in her position, they only requires men, and woman doesn't fit. And this one, the man is dominating or overruling while the women is suffering. Okay, then looking at this one, which is the functionalism theory, the men are being dominant and at the expense of women. Women are busy doing all the chores and men are just relaxing and working and doing nothing after that. Okay, then on the critiques, now we are saying it's time for change. Men can also babysit, they can also do the house chores, and women can also be in leading position, working, and also being treated as men even though they're not biologically men. Okay, thank you. That was our show, UKZN show for 10 education student. Salutes.